Welcome back. Well, it wouldn't be wedding week without taking a look at the latest wedding dress trends.
Yeah, and we're very happy to be joined by our next guest, Beth Chapman. She's a stylist, author, and owner of White Dress by the Shore in Clinton. Welcome here to CT Style.
Guys, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here.
So you have some beautiful dresses over here, but first you're going to share some photos with us?
I am, yes. It's a really exciting time to be a bride. There's so many options for brides these days in terms of fashion. So the sky's the limit in terms of choices.
What are some of the top trends that you see nowadays?
There's really all kinds of trends going on. You know, we're seeing a trend, as you're seeing on the screen right now, towards really minimalistic gowns. We've been seeing lace gowns for so many seasons. So this is a silk crepe gown from Jenny with a little touch of lace. And this is really just sort of refreshing and clean and very minimal.
It's
very pretty.
Look, it's beautiful on her, actually. That's
for a
really
simple bride.
Yeah, it looks effortless.
It is effortless, yes, yes.
And the next picture that we have, this is the
corseted bodice. So this is a Carolina Herrera gown with a corseted bodice detail. So we're seeing a little bit more of this lingerie-inspired feminine detail of corseted bodices. It's not for everyone, but it's something different and something unique. And there's actually a little bit of floral design on that gown, which we'll talk a little bit about in another gown that we have here in the studio.
I could see how that would be flattering.
Very flattering. Yep. You know, it definitely takes the right bride and the right bust size for sure, but it is definitely something that'll curve you in and give you a great shape.
Okay, love it. Last picture.
We have one more. This is called the Barely There.
Barely
wedding.
There. Skin
like
is
this.
in this season, and it's a little bit controversial. It's not for everyone, certainly. This is an imbal drawer dress, an Israeli designer, and we're just seeing a lot of skin walking down the runways and on some brides.
That's very brave.
It's very brave. It's certainly not for every bride. It's certainly not for every wedding. You're certainly not wearing that in a church. So it all depends on where you're getting married, who your audience is, and certainly your body type.
Of course. And we have some gorgeous gowns that you've actually brought in for us.
We do. The furthest one is a floral gown from Ramona Cavasia. It's really a work of art in and of itself. It's hand painted. We're seeing a lot of these watercolor florals, both for brides and for bridesmaids. So imagine that for a spring wedding. It's just
pretty.
So romantic and beautiful.
I love the accent around the waist. I think that's so pretty.
Yes, this is a silk organza, very lightweight fabric. So even though there's a lot of volume in the skirt, it's still very lightweight, and you can still wear it in warmer climates or in a summer or spring wedding.
And it's not pure white. Do you find that some brides want that? Something that's a little different than just the all white gown?
In my boutique, we sell a lot of ivory. Ivory is a color that's very universal. It's good on a lot of skin tones. A lot of people can't wear true stark white.
Pure white.
And also silk gowns. All of these gowns that we're showing today are silk, and you can only get silk so white. So that's why you see some of these gowns with a little bit of a warmer tone.
Okay, and this one in the middle is gorgeous.
The middle, this is actually two gowns in one. So we're seeing a trend right now towards overskirts and detachable trains. So this is a Jenny silk Mikado gown with this beautifully embroidered overskirt. So you can have this more romantic look for your ceremony, then take off that overskirt, put on a jeweled belt, and have a more elegant look for your reception.
Very pretty.
Two looks in one dress.
Some people will buy two dresses, so that's great that you can pull off something just by getting one gown.
Exactly.
Gowns can run you some
That's
some
exactly right. And these two pieces together are a little bit over $2,000. So it's an amazing value.
That's great.
And then lastly, a gorgeous gown from Ann Barge. We're really seeing a lot of plunging front necklines this season. Last season, it was all about the back. We saw a lot of dramatic backs. This season, it's a lot of dramatic fronts. And this also is speaking to a trend we're seeing towards more delicate embroideries, which is a nice alternative to lace.
Now, I found when I was getting married that sometimes you're really drawn to a dress in a picture, but then when you go try on, it's not necessarily what you thought you would have wanted for yourself.
It's true.
Is that something you see a lot with brides?
It's
and
true.
How do you find the style that really fits you?
You were talking a little bit about Pinterest before, and sort of the downfall of Pinterest a little bit is brides see these gowns and they fall in love with them and they think it's their dress, and then when they try on that silhouette, it's not necessarily for them. So it's certainly great to be inspired, but you have to try them on and trust the store that you're going to and the associate that you're working with to try things that you may not have thought of initially.
You'll have to visit Beth Chapman in person,
Please
I guess.
do.
There you go. Beth, thank you for joining us here on the
Thanks for
show.
having me.
Tomorrow, we're wearing kilts on the show. We're celebrating National Tartan Day, which relates to weddings. So that should be interesting. Tune in.
Bye.